Hello everybody, this is Alan at craftyant.com. We're gonna do another project. If you're familiar with my Christmas decorations and Halloween decorations, Halloween tree decorations, little 3-inch things meant to hang from the trees, but we're gonna do something a little bit bigger. We're gonna do a wall decoration or a window decoration, but we're gonna use the same method of assembling as we do with the small decorations. So we'll start with that. The crafty aunt herself decided she liked these little cherry skull ornaments I found on Cricut. So I decided to enlarge it to, it's about 7.5 inches wide, 7.5 inches tall. Big enough to fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut on the Cricut machine. I could have made them bigger, but I had some 8.5 by 11 to get rid of, so here we are, and this is what we're going to do. So if you see what I started with, I did one already just to make sure it actually goes together nice and clean, and I could actually do it. So it's meant to be easy, and we just start with the pink sheet of paper. We have the black background and the white skulls on top of it, and we're going to put a paper clip to hold it up with, and it's going to go on our cardboard that we cut out of an old potato chip box. So we got our Aztec glue, and I like this stuff for paper. It works really good on paper and dries fairly quickly. So we use this, and then we're going to use the E6000, which I use for the paper clip, to make sure it stays in there nice and tight and doesn't come back out. So if you notice on the cardstock, or not the cardstock, but the cardboard, I made a cutout in the top just big enough to fit the paper clip. And when it goes in there, it'll leave this little loop sticking out the top there, and that's what we're going to hang it with. So when we put it together, I'm going to stick this inside, glue it inside, and then that'll be our hanging point. You wouldn't have to do that on this one. If you wanted to just put a paper clip or a push pin right in the center right there in that hole, just stick a push pin in there. You can hang it with a push pin, but for different purposes, I like just putting that little hanger loop on the top of it. And so we got our background and our main piece, the pink, and then the white skulls. Now remember, when you're doing this is two-sided. I'm doing one for one side. I could have done it just single and left it alone and just tape it up to the window or something, but I thought let's make it a little sturdier and make me be able to see it from both sides. So if it's on the window, I can shine it out the window, or I can look at it from the inside of the house and see the same thing. So that's the project we're going to do. If you want to just make one sheet, there it is. You take 3 sheets of paper and cut it out and go pin it to the wall or tape it to the window, whatever you want to do with it. But we're going to do a double-sided. So here's how we're going to do this. I start off with my cardstock and my pink background. I want to make sure they fit. The biggest thing to make sure they fit is when I got the other side, is to make sure it fits too. That way it gets it on the other side and they both fit together. So we always got to make sure we're doing it the right direction. I had to turn this around. I didn't have to cut it 2 different directions. I cut it the same direction, but the pieces are just flipped over because it's the same color on both sides, so it doesn't matter if I flip it or not. So I can flip all these pieces over. They're made from the same piece. But we're going to start with gluing the pink to the cardstock, or to the cardboard. I'm going to keep saying I have to say that 3 times again. Cardboard, cardboard, cardstock, cardstock. All right, so remember with our glue, we just barely use a light little bit of it. So we just trace around the outside. Don't try to squeeze it at all, just let it run out because it's fairly liquidy. And don't get right to the edge, get back up just about 1/4 inch because it will find its way around once you start putting it together. Now I got the glue on there. You can see the glue, just trace it around, didn't have a whole lot on there. And then we're going to take our pink background, try to line it up just right and stick it down. You don't have a whole lot of time to play with this because of the glue that we're using, but if you don't press it right away. Okay, I think we had some kind of technical difficulty. We'll figure that out later. What happened? My little camera beeped at me and I didn't know what it was, like it was stopping or something. But we got that applied, put our glue on, we put the pink sheet on there, got it lined up. Now this right here is that piece where we're going to put the paper clip inside once we got that backing on there, but we'll do that after we're done assembling the picture. So once we got that on, I found the easiest way to do this was to actually put the skulls on the background first. So we take our skull, just flip it over. Remember a light line. Once you got that on there, just a light little bit, what I want to do is hold it from the bottom of the picture, and we're trying to line this thing up to the stem. Now the stem is right here, and I want to make sure they're lined up and give me my proper gap before I push it down. So this should be about right. And that way the stem looks like it actually goes down and lines up to it instead of being tilted one way or another. We got that straightened in. If we put it in and didn't get it straight and it looks something like that, crooked, and you see it wouldn't line up right, then that wouldn't look so good. So I want to make sure I start from where I have to line it up first. So glue on this side. And then hold it by the bottom part. Get your gap set in there and try to line that stem up. Okay, and I got them pretty lined up. I think they're straight enough. Then the next thing you're going to bring that pink back over, and we're going to lay these on top of here just like this. We're going to hold the top, and we're going to line them up right there where we want them and glue them down there. But we're going to put the glue on first and work quick and light. So now that I got my glue over there, I want to hold it from the stem, the top part of it, and we're going to try to see if it'll lay down. They're going to try to go together and be out of alignment, so I'm going to try to lay one down first just a little bit, and then bring the other one over, and try to center them before they stick. And that looks about right. If they're centered there, they'll be centered up here. And there we go with that. Now you'll see we have one going one direction and one going the opposite direction. So we flip them over and put them on the cardboard to be able to see them from both sides the way they should be. So now we're going to get our cardboard and get our E6000. Squeeze in our E6000 in the slot. If I have anything left in this tube. And I'm going to have to go with the fresh tube. All right, so we're going to go in here and squeeze that in a little bit. And if you watch my other videos, you just want enough to go in where the major part of the paper clip is at, because there's a lot of metal there that's going to wrap around. So down here in this bottom area right there, that's where we want to get that glue at, so it'll get a nice grip. I want to make sure the smooth side is facing over here because it's short and the other side's taller, so the little protrusion there won't stick out. And you just stick it in the hole right there. Now once you got it stuck in the hole, we're going to put our other glue again all through here. Okay, now that that's in there, we can take our other picture, line it up, and stick it on. Remember, you got just a couple seconds before it actually sticks, so if you get it in your fingers and try to get it all lined up before you press it down. All right. So now we got that in there, both sides. We got our paper clip in. We'll give it a couple minutes or so to get it hung up, but I'm holding it from paper clip. And it's in there, but we want to let it give it a chance to set. And there it is. You've got a wall hanging. You can just hang it from the wall. You can put a push pin inside the hole there and just hang it from the wall that way. Or go stitch up some kind of wire or something on your window and hang it from your window. That way you can see it from the outside and it's protected from the elements and still get some kind of decoration outside without after buying all that stuff and putting it outside. So there we go. I got a couple different versions of these things and we're doing a step-by-step with pictures on the same thing on another version of it. And hope you guys like it. And got a few other couple of things. We got a couple of ghosts and got a couple bats. So we're going to do those too and make another video. So hope you like it. Have fun and happy crafting.